Have you ever wondered why, with all your beauty, your grace, your intelligence, and your heart, God has still kept you single? Why He closed doors you thought were meant for you? Why He allowed relationships to break when you thought they would last forever? I came to tell you today, it is not because you are forgotten. It is not because you are unloved. It is because you are reserved. Heaven does not waste what is precious. God will not hand over a diamond to someone who only knows how to handle stones. The greatest tragedy is not being single. The greatest tragedy is being connected too soon to the wrong person. God separates before He assigns. Before He releases you into the next dimension of your destiny, He isolates you to cultivate strength, to anchor your identity, and to sharpen your discernment. He is not punishing you, He is positioning you. He knows that if He releases you too quickly, you will carry the weight of another person's expectations before you've discovered the fullness of your own. Wholeness is the foundation of divine union. A woman who knows who she is, who understands her value, and who stands firm in her assignment is more powerful single than another who is lost in a relationship. God is teaching you to be whole because only whole people can love without losing themselves. Only whole people can give without being drained. Only whole people can walk into a union that multiplies rather than subtracts. You see, when you are single, you are free from unnecessary pressure. You are free from the voices that tell you to be someone you are not. You are free from the distraction of carrying another's dream when your own is still being written. Singleness is not a curse. It is a classroom. And God is teaching you to rise above desperation, to detach emotionally from the need for validation, to stand confident in who you are, and to know that your worth is not defined by someone choosing you, but by God already calling you. Emotional detachment is a sign of strength. It is a declaration to the world that you are not desperate. You are not chasing. You are not begging. You are not shrinking yourself just to be accepted. You are complete. You are full. You are anchored. And because of that, you attract not out of need, but out of purpose. Desperation chases people away, but wholeness draws the right ones near. Delay is not denial. Delay is refinement. God is burning out impatience. He is shaping your values. He is giving you a voice that cannot be silenced. He is preparing you to step into platforms where your influence will reach nations. If you were entangled in wrong attachments, you would not have the freedom to rise. But because He kept you single, you are available for His bigger plan. Heaven uses singleness as strategy. The world sees waiting, but heaven sees building. The world sees loneliness, but heaven sees protection. The world says you are missing something, but God says you are gaining everything. The world says your clock is ticking, but God says eternity is working. You are not being left behind. You are being sent ahead. You are not empty. You are being filled. You are not overlooked. You are being preserved. And when the time is right, when the preparation is complete, when your wholeness is established, then the plan will unfold. But until then, rejoice. For the very fact that God kept you single means you are carrying something so significant, so divine, and so rare that He could not afford to release you before the foundation was laid. You are not waiting for life to begin. Life is already happening. The bigger plan is about to unfold. Separation has always been God's pattern before He brings a person into their true assignment. If you study the lives of those God used mightily, you will see that before their public unveiling, there was always a season of private separation. Joseph was separated from his family, not because God hated him, but because destiny demanded it. Moses was separated into the desert for 40 years, not because he was disqualified, but because purpose required refinement. Even Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness before He ever preached a sermon. Separation is God's way of stripping you of distractions, pruning away the unnecessary, and anchoring you in His presence before He trusts you with influence. So when you find yourself single, when you find yourself cut off from what you thought you needed, it is not rejection. It is preparation. God knows that if He allows you to be entangled too soon, the weight of the wrong connection could sabotage the assignment you are called to carry. He separates you because your destiny is delicate. He isolates you because your voice is meant to echo beyond your own household. He removes you from certain people because he cannot afford for their small thinking to contaminate the greatness he placed within you. Separation is not comfortable. It often feels lonely. It feels confusing, and it makes you question your worth. But it is in that space where God whispers identity into your spirit. It is there he reveals purpose without interference. It is there he detoxes you from needing applause and heals you from depending on approval. He keeps you single because what he is birthing in you requires purity of focus. You are not being overlooked. You are being set apart because separation always comes before assignment. Wholeness is the foundation upon which every meaningful union must be built. Too often, people enter relationships out of emptiness, hoping another person will complete them. But when two broken people come together, they do not create strength. They multiply dysfunction. God, in his wisdom, will often keep you single until you have discovered that your value, your identity, and your joy are not dependent on another human being. He teaches you to be whole in him first, because only a whole person can stand in a relationship without losing themselves. Being whole means you know who you are apart from anyone's opinion. It means you are not defined by whether someone calls you beautiful, worthy, or enough. You already know you are valuable because you were designed in the image of God. Wholeness means you can enjoy your own company, pursue your own vision, and celebrate your own growth without needing someone to validate it. It means you can stand confident, rooted, and secure, no matter who comes or goes. God's desire is not for you to enter a union to fill a void, but to overflow. Marriage was never designed to fix brokenness. It was designed to multiply purpose. If you are not whole before you enter, the relationship becomes a crutch rather than a covenant. And so God protects you by holding you back, by refining your sense of identity, and by ensuring that your joy is not dependent on another person's presence. When you are whole, you do not cling out of fear. You do not compromise your values out of desperation. You do not settle for less than what God ordained. You walk in confidence knowing that with or without another, you are already complete. And it is from that place of wholeness that true union becomes possible. Purpose is always greater than pressure. One of the main reasons God keeps a woman single is to shield her from the weight of unnecessary demands that come with the wrong relationships. There are voices all around you that tell you your worth is proven only when you are chosen, when you are married, when you fit into society's expectation. But God does not measure you by timelines or traditions. He measures you by destiny. And until your purpose is fully anchored, he will not allow pressure to derail you from the path he set before you. The wrong relationship has the power to suffocate vision. It can bury dreams beneath the weight of someone else's insecurities, fears, and limitations. Many destinies have been silenced, not because the individual lacked talent, but because they bowed to pressure instead of pursuing purpose. God loves you too much to let that happen to you. This is why he shields you in singleness. He uses that time to sharpen your focus, to reveal your assignment, and to strengthen your spirit, so you cannot be easily swayed by opinions. When you understand this, you begin to see that being single is not a setback. It is divine protection. It is God saying, when I will not let you be trapped by someone who cannot handle your calling, I will not let you shrink just to be loved. I will not allow pressure to define your path. In singleness, you are free to pursue dreams without compromise, to invest in your growth, and to walk in clarity without the constant pull of distraction. Purpose must always come before partnership. When you are anchored in why you were created, no pressure can push you into the wrong place. You are not being delayed. You are being preserved for alignment with destiny. Detachment is one of the greatest signs of inner strength. The world often confuses emotional detachment with coldness, but in truth, it is the mark of a woman who knows her value. When God keeps you single, he teaches you how to rise above the need to be validated, how to live without being controlled by the opinions of others, and how to stand in your identity without bending to desperation. This detachment is not indifference, it is confidence. It is the posture of a heart anchored in God, not swayed by temporary attention or empty promises. A detached woman is not easily manipulated. She does not cling to relationships that diminish her. She does not settle for half love or broken commitment. She is strong enough to walk away when something violates her worth. This strength is not born overnight. It is cultivated in seasons of separation. where God teaches you that your joy comes from Him and not from whether someone chooses to stay. Detachment means you have learned that love should be received as a gift, not begged for as a necessity. When you are emotionally and spiritually detached, you no longer live from a place of need. You are free. You are whole. You are confident. And it is in this state that you attract from purpose, not from pain. Desperation always draws the wrong people, but wholeness draws the right ones. Detachment protects you from toxic cycles. It shields you from compromise, and it preserves the dignity of your calling. This is why God keeps you single for a time, because He is building that strength within you. He is anchoring your heart so deeply in Him that no human rejection can shake you, no manipulation can trap you, and no counterfeit love can deceive you. Delay in the hands of God is never wasted time. What feels like waiting, what feels like unanswered prayers, is often the season where He is refining you. Refinement is not punishment, it is preparation. A diamond is not formed overnight. Gold is not purified without fire. In the same way, your spirit, your character, and your vision must go through refining so that when the right moment comes, you can carry the weight of what God is about to place in your life. When you are kept single longer than you expected, it is because God is shaping something inside of you that cannot be rushed. He is testing your patience, not to frustrate you, but to strengthen you. He is building values within you that will keep you from repeating generational cycles. He is healing wounds you didn't know you had, because if they remain unhealed, they will sabotage your future. Refinement requires time, and in that time, God burns away the need for human approval. He silences the cry of desperation, and He anchors you in the unshakable truth of your worth. Refinement also sharpens your vision. In the waiting, you begin to see what truly matters. You begin to discern between what looks good and what is truly from God. Your voice becomes clearer, stronger, and more authentic because you are no longer echoing the expectations of others. You are speaking from a place of revelation. The delay is God ensuring that when you finally step into the next chapter, you are not fragile, you are fortified. So when it feels like God is taking too long, understand this: He is not withholding, He is strengthening. He is not denying you. He is preparing you to carry something far greater than you imagine. Singleness is not an accident. It is a divine strategy. When God keeps you single, He is not leaving you behind. He is positioning you ahead. He knows there are assignments that require your full attention, opportunities that demand your undivided focus, and callings that cannot be fulfilled if you are weighed down by the wrong attachments. Heaven does not waste seasons. Every moment of your singleness is calculated. Every experience is shaping you, and every step is aligning you with destiny. In singleness, you have freedom others may not. You can move when God says move without hesitation. You can take risks that stretch your faith. You can devote yourself fully to developing your gifts, building your vision, and establishing your foundation. What others see as loneliness, heaven sees as availability. God is using this space to expand you, to enlarge your capacity, and to prepare you for influence beyond your personal life. Your singleness becomes the stage on which He demonstrates His sufficiency. Strategically, singleness protects you. It keeps you from being entangled in battles that are not yours. It spares you from distractions that would dilute your energy. It shields you from relationships that would drain the very strength you need to fulfill your assignment. God cannot afford for you to be wasted on what is beneath your calling, so He holds you in a place where you are safe, focused, and ready. When you embrace singleness as strategy, you begin to see it not as delay, but as divine design. You stop asking, why me? And start declaring, use me. Because you recognize that God has preserved this season to align you with opportunities, relationships, and doors that could only open if you were available to walk through them. What you see as waiting, God sees as building. Your singleness is the soil where He is planting seeds of greatness, seeds that cannot grow in the wrong environment. You may look at your life and feel as though nothing is moving, but beneath the surface, roots are spreading deep, foundations are being laid, and character is being forged. A bigger plan is unfolding, one that is greater than companionship, greater than human approval, greater than what you once imagined for yourself. Every prayer you prayed in tears, Every night you questioned your worth. Every moment you wondered if God had forgotten you, they were not wasted. They were watering the soil of destiny. God kept you single because he knew that the distractions of the wrong relationship would choke the very seeds he was trying to cultivate. He allowed doors to close, not to hurt you, but to protect what he was building inside of you. When he says no to something, it is always because he has a greater yes waiting on the other side. The unfolding of God's plan rarely happens overnight. It comes step by step, season by season. What you call delay, heaven calls preparation. What you call silence, heaven calls strategy. You are not just single, you are being positioned to walk in clarity, positioned to carry influence, positioned to fulfill an assignment that requires focus and strength. And soon what God has been shaping in secret will be revealed in public. The very people who thought you were behind will see that you were being built for something beyond ordinary. The bigger plan will unfold, and it will not just bless you, it will impact lives, transform hearts, and leave a legacy. Singleness was never the end. It was the foundation of something greater. So hear this with the authority of heaven. Being single is not a punishment. It is a sacred season of preparation. God kept you hidden because what he placed inside you is rare. He set you apart because your assignment cannot be compromised. Do not despise the silence. Do not curse the waiting, and do not measure your life by society's clock. You are not late. You are aligned. You are not overlooked. You are preserved. And when the time comes, the unveiling will silence every doubt. Until then, walk with your head high, live with purpose, and remember, you are not waiting for life to begin. You are life unfolding into destiny. The bigger plan is already in motion, and you are the evidence that heaven never wastes a woman.